Guys, so what I wanted to do is test something out, but I might as well get it on video and show you guys what I'm doing here. This is kind of an off-the-grid style cooking setup. I've got this rice cooker here. I wanted to go ahead and try it out, see if it'll actually cook up some rice. So I got some jasmine rice in there. It's been kind of sitting in storage, so it's kind of all dusty and icky. I'm going to clean it up real good before I take it out on my hike or my trip to Maracus this weekend and next week. But if you see what I've got going on here, I've got just a 410 watt power converter hooked up to straight up to my battery right here on my car. Worst case scenario, if I pull too much juice out of this, then I've got my battery charger. I'll go ahead and charge it because I'm at the house. But what I want to do is I want to see if I'm able to cook that all the way through without draining too much power, to go ahead and just turn it back on, crank the battery up, and charge the battery back up. Now I am also going to bring in my solar panel kit. That way I have access to cook and otherwise have power, and then I will just otherwise charge up the battery throughout the day with the solar charger, because I can park this bad boy right there in the middle of the way, and I'll go ahead and throw my roof rack back on up there. I'll just put the fucking solar panels on top of that and position the car in the perfect position. Go ahead and charge up my battery. Now I'll probably pull the battery out of my van as well, and just bring that just in case. Have two batteries out there. I figure that should be more than enough power to do anything that I want to do. But the thing to remember is, not only for my situation that I'm going out there, you know, being off the grid for a week or so, these deals can cook up anything, just not rice, but it's essentially a small pressure cooker. So any stews, anything of that nature, it will be super easy to throw this on. I'm also going to bring my Dutch oven, so a lot of my food is going to be cooked via Dutch oven, via fire and hot coals. But I'm even going to bring my 22 Henry and see if I can't shoot up some vermins to eat, some squirrels, some rabbits, all that kind of stuff would be fun to make some stews out of. Actually go and catch some fish and cook them up. I'll go ahead and do that as well. I'll try to get as many videos as I can about stuff involving that, you know, the techniques that I'm using to cook, and otherwise I'll show you my camp and what have you. But this is one thing that you guys can keep. This is roughly 40 or 50 bucks at any auto parts place. Yeah, I'm sure you can get, you know, even bigger models, better models, but I think that's what I've got that one for, about 45, 50 bucks. This thing I got at the Super H Mart, you know, for like fucking 20 bucks, maybe 30 bucks at the most. And then, you know, you've got essentially an instant setup in order to cook your food. If you keep one of those in the back here, especially if you're adventurous as I am, I mean, it's one of those things where it's a no-brainer. You keep that in your vehicle whenever you go on these trips you otherwise have a means to cook with, quick and easy, you know. It's the bomb. Now what I'm going to do is take a quick break, see if this thing actually cooks up the rice as good as I'm hoping. You can see it's already boiling, so I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. But I'll come in after it's done and show you that this is all good to go. I promise you I'm not going to unplug it and go and frickin' plug it in the wall until it's done. I'm going to try this and use it because I want to know what my capabilities are before I'm lost in the fucking woods one day. You know what I mean? Take care. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back with the it's not quite done. I just opened it and checked it out. It's got a couple minutes yet. This thing was starting to get warm and it beeped at me, and I just moved it and the fan kicked on and it started coming right back on. So I guess it just has a fail-safe. Once it gets hot, it lets you know. That fan wasn't moving for whatever reason. I guess it got stuck, so I just kind of moved it and it started cooling down again. So far so good. Got plenty of power. Everything's actually cooking like it needs to. Now the thing is, can I do this and then start my vehicle after it's done cooking? I want to give this just a little bit longer. Once this is done cooking, it'll come over here to the warm side. And the way that this works is essentially whenever all of the steam is done. So you can see it's actually steaming pretty good. You know, you got good hot steam coming out of there. Essentially what will happen when all that steam stuff's coming out, then it'll read, oh shit, it's done cooking, and pop on over. Once again, I just wanted to see if this is going to work for me to have a quick and easy way of making a meal. Now, cooking on a Dutch oven is fucking awesome, but it's time consuming. And I'm going to be out there in the woods, and if I'm ready for a meal like right now, then I'm just going to do something quick and easy. If I'm going to cook up something grand, like, you know, this is essentially what I liken to a microwave, and then the Dutch oven is your essentially like home cooked meal. I can cook some badass shit in that thing. I can make some lasagna, can make up some chili, can make up some stews, make up some biscuits and gravy. I can do bacon and eggs and all that shit, griddle style on the lid. I can do hella stuff with that. Pancakes even. I'm going to do up all that stuff, and I'll probably show you. I want to make a big thing about showing you guys exactly what I'm eating out there, because number one thing when you're camping and out of doors, people think, oh, you're going to eat worms and stuff. No, I eat fucking awesome, dude. You just have to think about different ways to cook. Now, think about this. If you don't have those techniques and those skills whenever the power goes out, what are you gonna do? You gonna not fucking eat, or are you just gonna, you know, survive with some fucking cold, like, instant mashed potatoes or some fucking Pop-Tarts or some cereal or something, you know? You're gonna end up eating stuff out of a can and trying to make a fire and cook the shit in a can, you know? That's a little primitive, but I mean, I guess it's gonna do something. But I would much rather have the ability to cook, to do some good stuff. So having, you know, just, I'm gonna have my truck out there anyways, being able to just fucking kick this on there. I don't know why I haven't ever thought about this before. I just thought, like, well, you know what, I've got that inverter, I've got that steamer, that rice cooker. I wonder if them shitses would work if I just plug it into my car. So this is what I'm doing right now, is seeing if it works. We're getting this shit on video. It's got to be almost done cooking by now. I gave it like fucking 10 minutes between. Now the one thing is, you probably don't have as much draw, as much amperage as you generally would if you just plugged it into the wall, so it may cook just a little bit slower. That might be a possibility. But, oh yeah, I'm down to my last bit. This is essentially done. So, cooked all the rice through and through. Woo, it's fucking very soft and good to go, just the way I like it. So, here in any minute now, you'll see that just go over to the warm. Cool. Now is the moment of truth. Did that all take place and still give me enough juice to turn this bad boy on? Yeah, motherfuckers! Woo! There it is. I can cook some rice with my steamer, still have plenty enough juice to go ahead and turn it on afterwards, charge the battery up for a little bit if need be. That is badass. Another video, another awesome scientific moment. Love you guys.